Today, we're going to dive into a pretty radical idea from Taoist Master Mantak Chia. The idea is that female energy isn't just a concept, it's a real, tangible force that you can actually cultivate for amazing health and spiritual growth. We'll get into the specific practices he teaches for harnessing this power. So let's get right into it.
So right off the bat, Master Chia hits us with this really intriguing idea. He's basically saying that in the story of creation, man was the first model, but the woman, she was the upgrade, the more advanced version. Now that's a pretty provocative way to start, and it flips a lot of traditional creation stories right on their head.
So what does he mean by a better second model? Well, he argues that her power actually lies in her complexity. You see, in his teachings, being complicated isn't a flaw at all. It's a feature. It's the very source of a woman's unique and incredible power.
Okay, this slide really breaks down his whole analogy. On the left, you've got the first model, man, who he calls simple, and on the right, the second model, woman, is labeled complicated. And why? Because her systems, the ovaries and uterus, are designed for the absolutely incredible task of creating life. So this extra biological complexity isn't a weakness. It's a sign of a more advanced, more powerful design.
And here's a really practical example to back this up. Master Chia points out that a mother who gives birth to a baby boy often recovers in about 2 weeks. But if she has a baby girl, it can take a whole month. His thinking is that the mother's body had to pour way more energy into building that more complex female system while she was in the womb.
Now, all of this, it revolves around one central, crucial concept, qi. This is our fundamental life force, and in these Taoist teachings, sexual energy is seen as an incredibly potent, powerful form of qi. So if you want to unlock the power we're talking about, the key is learning how to cultivate and direct this very specific, very potent energy.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? I mean, this isn't just some abstract philosophy. Master Chia provides very specific techniques for women to actively work with this energy, for their health, for their vitality, and for their spiritual journey.
We're going to zoom in on 2 of the core practices he recommends. The first is called Ovarian breathing, which you can probably guess focuses right on the source of that sexual energy. And the second is breast massage, which is all about transforming that energy and circulating it through your whole body.
I want you to think of the ovaries as a powerful battery pack. This practice uses specific breathing techniques and gentle muscle contractions to consciously pull energy into this area. It's about really feeling your breath move deep down into your lower belly, connecting with that physical space to wake up your energy center, help restore your hormones, and just build this incredible reserve of qi right at the source.
Now for this next practice, the right mindset is everything. It all starts with a really powerful intention, a feeling of sincere respect and gratitude. Master Chia teaches that by just extending your hands and asking with this heartfelt intention, you literally open yourself up to receive the incredible, abundant energy of the universe.
And this slide lays out the technique pretty clearly. First, you build up your own qi by rubbing your hands together until they're nice and warm. Then, after you set that intention we just talked about, you start the massage, spiraling inwards 36 times and then spiraling outwards 36 times on each side. The important thing here is that it's a mindful, rhythmic practice. The number isn't random. It serves as a kind of meditative count.
So, what's the point of this massage? Well, Master Chia explains that every month, a woman's body prepares to create milk, a substance that is packed with life-giving energy. This practice helps transform that potential energy back into pure qi. And this does a couple of things. It helps keep the tissues firm, but more importantly, it lets you direct that powerful healing energy to your internal organs, like your liver and your spleen.
Okay, so this all leads us to what Master Chia calls the ultimate stage of female power. This is where a lifetime of cultivating this energy really pays off. And it leads to a completely radical new way of looking at menopause. In so many cultures, menopause is seen as an ending, a loss. But in this Taoist view, it is a massive power-up. Think about it. The monthly cycle takes a huge amount of energy and blood. When that process stops, all of that incredible life force is now conserved inside the body, ready to be used in a brand new way.
So what happens to all this preserved qi? It doesn't just sit there. According to the teaching, it can be directed upwards, moving along the spine to nourish and awaken the higher centers in the brain. This incredible redirection of energy can lead to a whole new peak of mental clarity, spiritual insight, and personal power.
And this brings us to Master Chia's wonderful term for women who reach this stage. He calls them super ladies. I mean, how great is that? It's a total reframing. It's not a decline, it's an ascent into a new level of strength and wisdom, all powered by a lifetime of conserved energy.
So ultimately, what this explainer offers is a completely new lens for viewing the cycles of a woman's life, seeing them not just as biological functions, but as these profound opportunities for cultivating real power. So the final thought I'll leave you with is a question. If you started to see your own body as a source of this immense untapped energy, what would you be ready to unlock?